Hello my beautiful gems, welcome back to my channel. I am Kabibi with Kabibi LaVie. So in this video I want to talk to you about how to take care of your expensive clothes. And in one of my videos before I talked about the importance of purging your closet and really trying to focus on getting quality fabrics, sticking with my 5 favorites, which is cotton, linen, wool, silk, and what's the other one? Cotton, linen, wool, silk, cashmere. That's the last one. Cotton, linen, wool, silk, and cashmere. Now, if you have purged your closet of everything that is a synthetic fabric, now you're probably having concerns about how do you take care of all these natural fabrics, because yes, the more expensive clothes do require a bit more upkeep, especially if you want them to last you a long time. If you want to treat them as investment pieces, then you have to treat them with a bit more care than you would something that's polyester. Polyester is just a much more like resilient fabric in terms of the abuse it can take, and natural fibers are not as resilient. You have to be a little bit more careful. So in this video I'm going to talk about the 3 sort of steps when it comes to pre-wash, wash, and then drying your clothes that are better quality. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is laundry detergent, and this is huge. Unfortunately, when you're using things like Tide, Bounty, those things tend to be very, very harsh, right? Like they're designed to get everything squeaky clean, and it does a great job with doing that, but it's not necessarily gentle enough for the more delicate fabrics. So some of the brands that I love to use for my like more delicate clothing items, which is really the bulk of them at this point, is the Laundress. I love the Laundress. I have 3 of their fabric softeners. There's the general one that I use for like things that I can just throw in the washing machine. I have one that's specifically for delicate items, which I like to use on my silks. And then there's also a one for cashmere and wool, which I use for cashmere and wool. For the clothes that I sort of need to do any kind of spot treating with, there is like a brush that the Laundress makes, and so I can kind of like spot treat things. I'll try to pre-soak things, give it a little brush. And if you guys want me to do a video showing you how I do these things, just let me know. This video is to just give you like an overview of these are the products that you should be using on, like, you know, your new higher end, better quality clothes. Okay, so apart from the laundry detergent is the actual wash process itself. If you're gonna wash things in the washing machine, make sure you're using the delicate cycle. And for things that are silk, you don't want silk, wool, cashmere to sort of be agitated at all. So unless it's something that you know that you can trust to put it in the machine, then I would recommend that you hand wash it. And I actually hand wash a lot of my clothes. It seems like a lot of work, and it can be, but the sort of benefit to wearing more expensive things is they tend to not get as dirty. They tend to not get as like smelly, and they don't hold on to different odors. So I can wear something that's wool 2 or 3 times before I need to wash it, versus if I wear something polyester, I feel like it's not a breathable fabric. So if I'm sweaty or anything, it just sort of like traps it in there, and then it doesn't smell good, and it just attracts dirt. I don't know. That's just been my experience. I do not like polyester. I still have a few things that I've said that's polyester, but for the most part, I've learned that polyester is just not my friend. When I had a lot of clothes that were synthetic fibers, I had to be doing laundry every single week, and I had to wash everything after every wear, which wears them out. It wears out the color. It's a lot of work on like a weekly basis versus having things that are better quality that I can get 2 to 3 wears out of it before I need to hand wash it. So the things that I hand wash would be like my wool, anything wool and cashmere, I will hand wash. Anything that is like very delicate, something that's like a delicate fabric, or it has like a different colors and I'm concerned about things running, I'll hand wash those also. Let's say you want to put things in the machine. You can absolutely wash wool and cashmere in the machine, but there are a few things you have to keep in mind. One, you have to put it on the gentle cycle. You have to use cold water. You have to use a delicate laundry detergent, and you also have to make sure that the fabrics they're not rubbing up against each other. So what I like to do is I like to fold my clothes very neatly, and then I put them inside of the laundry bag, and depending on what type of garment it is, so for example, if I'm washing my wool blazers, then I will roll it up and I have like these different bands, use these bands to keep it in place so the fabric isn't rubbing up against itself, it's not rubbing up against anything else, it's not getting any agitation. After it's done in the wash cycle, then I'll take everything out and I hang dry everything. The only thing that I put in the dryer are my pajamas and my underwear. I do not put my bras in the dryer though, so those I hang dry also. So I actually have 3 of these clothing racks, which I got these online. I'll post a link below. And I also got this like hanging laundry system, which is great because I'm able to hang dry things that need to lay flat, right? So certain things you need to have it lay flat as opposed to hanging it to hang dry, because when you hang things to hang dry, sometimes the weight of the water will pull on the fabric and distort the fabric and sort of like either make it longer than it's supposed to or stretch it out. And so certain things I have to lay it flat to air dry it. I have a couple of those 3-tier shelf things, and I'll also post a link below, and put it it's in my closet office, the room I'm in now. I turn on the ceiling fan and I let it dry overnight. Now, when it comes to some of these fabrics, I don't use fabric softener. And here's why. Fabric softener tends to coat the fabrics. I'm not sure if I'm describing it the best way, but it impacts the fabric in terms of its ability to sort of breathe and also to absorb, right? So like you should not be using fabric softener with your towels because it makes the towels less absorbent. When I wash my towels, I use vinegar instead of using fabric softener because it does the same thing. The vinegar kind of softens it up without reducing the absorbency of the towel. Now, the last step, so if you've hand washed things or you've put things in the dryer and then you put it to hang dry, things can get wrinkled. And so that's where you have to invest in either a really good iron or a really good steamer. I don't like to iron, I really don't, but there's something about using a steamer that's kind of fun. So I love to use my steamer, and I will use my steamer. I try to like steam everything the night before I need to go to, the night before work. I don't do the whole like iron everything or steam everything over the weekend, which probably would be a good idea, but I don't like it. I prefer to just, when I wake up is when I pick my outfit based on the mood I'm in, what the weather is doing, because you can't trust South Florida weather. And so I'll just like quickly steam things in the morning. It takes me maybe 5 minutes to steam my clothes, and you know, everything is fresh and good to go. But yes, invest in a really good iron or a really good steamer. If you can have both, then that's even better. But cheap irons will ruin your clothes. Like when I go to hotels, I never use hotel irons. They are the absolute worst quality, and they will burn your clothes up. They will leave burn marks on your clothes. They'll melt the clothes. Anything you can think of that bad can happen has probably happened when you use a cheaper quality iron. So if you're buying all these, if you're investing in quality clothes, you need to invest in quality care for those clothes so you can get the most out of them. Because trust me, if you burn up like a silk blouse that cost you like, you know, $50 to $75, you're going to be upset. So you don't want to be upset about that. And you want your clothes to sort of last you as long as possible. So invest in quality things to take care of the quality clothes that you have, which is very much a metaphor for everything, right? Like if you decide to get a more expensive, you know, car, for example, the upkeep for that car it's going to cost more money than it would if you were to get a budget-friendly car. And it's the same thing with clothes, right? If you buy things that are really lower priced, budget-friendly, you can probably abuse it a lot more than if you invest in things that are higher quality. You're going to need to use higher quality products to be able to take care of them. But in the long run, I promise you, you're going to actually end up saving money in the long run. Oh, so one thing I want to talk about is with dry cleaning. I do not dry clean my clothes. I am not a fan of dry cleaning. The only thing that I would say I would probably dry clean would be something that I can't manage on my own. And that would probably be like, you know, like a formal gown, something that's really big, a lot of fabric that I need to get cleaned, but it's going to be too much for me to try to hand wash it or tackle it myself. But for everything else, I do not dry clean. Dry cleaning wears down the fabrics. It really does. And so it's also expensive. It's more expensive, I think, to dry clean everything versus you just buying the gentle laundry detergent, buying, you know, the different hanging systems so you can hang dry things, and investing in a good iron or a good steamer. Dry cleaning gets expensive, and constantly dry cleaning your clothes, whatever chemicals they're using for the dry cleaning, it just deteriorates the fabric, like it wears it down. So I personally don't like to dry clean things. So that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what is your #1 tip for taking care of quality clothes, quality fabrics. And so I always love to learn about how other people are taking care of, you know, their quality clothes that they've invested in. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Kisses.